Joe Mazzulla, Celtics head coach, is brought to you by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Joe, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Joe? How's your break, buddy?
Not bad. Pretty good. Headed to the airport now. Ready to get going.
Awesome. Saturday night, to go back to the weekend, did you have any time to catch what was playing out all at the same time, by the way? It was the Spurs All-Stars trying to game and find loopholes in the rule during the skills competition. And right around the same time, there were 3 fights in 9 seconds at the start of USA-Canada. Did you catch any of those events, either one?
I didn't catch either one. Saturday night was I think it was UFC Fight Night Saturday night, so I was locked into that. But I read about the Chris Paul and Wembanyama doing that. I think that's great. Anytime you can, find a way to try to gain advantage, I think that's important.
And they did claim that they ran it by the officials prior to going about doing it the way they did. I thought you would appreciate, as a guy who was watching UFC Fight Night, the 3 fights in 9 seconds,
dropping some coins
in the hockey game before the action even began. I don't know how the NBA can compete with that in an all-star type of event. You just can't replicate.
So they play tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, the Thursday night championship game in TD Garden.
Tickets going for $6,000, Joe.
Man.
$6,000 for a ticket.
Man, I bet that's going to be a great environment. But I love that. I think it's great for sports to have those type of rivalries and to have that type of environment. I think that's great. I wish I could be in that environment.
Do you think there's any way for basketball in general to replicate that level of sort of national pride? I know that guys play in the Olympics. I know they like to play in the Olympics and like that level of competition and the international sort of arena, but is there a way to capture that more often, I guess, than every 4 years at the Olympics?
Yeah. Did you guys watch that documentary, The Court of Gold, on Netflix?
No, I have not. I'm writing this down right now.
It was good. It was good, and I think they captured a lot of that, especially for the Americans. We have that. I think, as you said, it doesn't show it as often as some maybe of the other sports, but I thought that documentary did a really good job of kind of capturing the pride of playing for, the country and USA basketball and what goes into that. But, I think it's hard just from the standpoint of, we have so much diversity, and we're made up of so many different, people and nationalities. So I think we do a good job of just bringing in everybody. And so it's a little bit of a balance, but I thought that documentary did a great job of kind of capturing the pride that the basketball players do have when they put on the USA jersey, and the ownership and the pressure that goes into it. It was pretty good.
And I know you get USA basketball every time we get the Olympics, and guys like Giannis get to go play for their country. Same thing, Luka and all that. What if it was some point, Joe, you got together where it's sort of like these 4 nations with hockey, and it's USA versus, say, the world, and let all these other guys go play together?
For All-Star game?
Yeah, no, just something different where, okay, we know the NBA All-Star game is not what it used to be from a long time ago when all these guys would play. 3-point contest, dunk contest. They're trying to get creative with it, trying to get people to draw in. Say you would do it, sort of eliminate the All-Star game and make it USA versus everybody.
Sure. I think to take it a step further, I think I like the idea of where the NBA Cup, the in-season tournament, could potentially go to have international teams in that, which would bring a different level of, pride and passion to it. And that's kind of the template that, the Champions League has, which is a big game today, Champions League. But when I look at trying to grow the game and grow the passion and grow those things, I think you look at the Champions League as a way to do that for basketball.
Jaylen Brown had some comments when he was at the All-Star game that he would like to see an All-Star game in Boston. Would you like to see that?
I think that'd be great. That'd be awesome to be able to, show off the city and what we have, not just, the basketball portion, but just a well-rounded city. I was talking to my son about that today, how great of a city that it is to live in for your family and really for sports and competition. beyond sports, there's so much competitive arenas in this city that I think it would be cool to show that off. So I would love that. That'd be awesome.
But between Jaylen's comments about that and the fans in Boston, he complimented the fans and the fan base and sort of the energy at the Garden.
There's nothing better than like Celtics fans. Nothing better.
And so to hear him say that, but also hear Jason Tatum with some comments recently about Boston. Someone tried to ask him about being a Lakers fan, and he said, well, yeah, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm all about Boston. These guys have spoken pretty glowingly about Boston and about the fan base recently. Not that they didn't in the past, but it just kind of stood out recently. And I think people question all the time, like, oh, is Boston a great city? Is that a destination in the NBA? Do you think that helps that, your two marquee players are saying things like that?
Yeah, I think that helps. And I think it's important that we continue to, I think what's great about those two guys and really our team in particular, and really the city, is you're always playing for something bigger than yourself. And those two, both Jaylen and Jason do a great job of recognizing that it's bigger than them. It's bigger than basketball. It's about the city. It's about the Celtic tradition. And I think it's important for all of us to not only speak about that, but to live that. And so, yeah, I think it's still even an underrated city from a competitive standpoint. It should be a destination. But, I mean, I can honestly tell you, like, even going through the airports, when my family and I went away, it's like just there's Celtic fans everywhere. Like, they're, like, everywhere. Whether it's kids, whether it's parents, whether it's there was a guy, we went to somewhere really far away, and this random taxi driver was just a diehard Celtic fan. And, like, that stuff gives me the passion and the pride and really extra motivation to carry the Celtic on. And I don't think there's a better responsibility to have than to be a part of the Celtic and to be a part of the city.
Hey, Jaylen also landed the cover of Sports Illustrated, and in the article they have you bursting in, saying that he's the most interesting man in the world. What makes him so unique versus any other player that you've coached?
I mean, I just think he's the best thing about it. I learned from the guys just as much as I hope they learn from our staff. But he's just not going to be defined by a basketball player. And what I love is he just doesn't live in these. He doesn't put himself in this box of like, he's just going to say what he wants to say. He's going to believe what he wants to believe. He's going to do what he wants to do. And I think even in this professional sports arena and in the world, people are always looking for interior freedom. And not a lot of people have it, but he has a level of interior freedom. He knows who he is, what he wants, and he's going to go after that. And I really appreciate that about him.
He's very much into high fashion. Has he been wearing those gloves a lot around the facility? Every time I see him on TV the last couple of days, he's got gloves on.
I mean, he had them on at the Miami game, and we do our handshakes before the game. And I went, I got to him, and I thought we were getting ready for, to square up or something. So, whatever. Again, it's another way for them to express themselves. You see that now, and he's found ways outside of basketball to express who he is as a well-rounded person. Whether it's his, how highly educated he is, he can speak multiple languages. He's got his brand at 741 now. So, I think it's just great that he has avenues to be able to self-express other than the court, and I think that's huge for these guys.
He kind of hinted in that SI story with Chris Mannix that there were some people that didn't believe in him, some that are in the building, some that are no longer with the organization. Is there anyone within the organization that at some point didn't believe in Jaylen Brown that now certainly should believe in Jaylen Brown?
I mean, I don't think so. I hope we don't have that, that culture, that environment, but we should absolutely 100%. I mean, I think one of the greatest gifts I have as a coach and what you could ask for is you wake up every day and you have a group of guys that are willing to go after greatness both individually and as a team. And, I think he's one of the guys that sets that temperature for us in the building and, every single night. So, it's a blessing to have him and really just the mindset that he brings and the psychological competitiveness that he brings as well.
All right, Joe. Well, it's great talking to you.
Hey, do you guys, when you have a snowstorm,
yeah,
right, and you're pulling out of a driveway, do you start the car and wait for it to clear off, or do you just kind of drive and let it clear off by itself?
Yes. Okay, great question, Joe. I was going to ask you about the cold, like how brutal is this cold and this wind? Like, what the hell do you do on your off days? I have this set up with my plow guy. Now, you're the head coach of the Boston Celtics. I would hope you would have a plow guy. I would somebody would comp you. I would come over and probably blow your snow for you if I was a big Celtics fan. Yeah, when there's a big snow and he's coming to plow, he calls me and says, "Move the cars, get him on the street, and then you let him plow it, because if not, you're going to pack it all down with ice." Why, is your driveway icy?
No, I got in trouble today on the highway because I don't clear off the car. I
don't do that either.
Oh no! So the snow flew off the roof. Did you get pulled over?
Yeah, the snow flew off the roof a little bit, so I had to, I got to get better at that. But
Joe, I expect better from you, because
as you should.
You're a worker, man. Like you get the job done, and that to me is you're not doing the job if you don't clear the snow off the roof of your vehicle.
Do you have a little car? Or you got a big car? You got a big SUV, or you got a little car?
Don't get it confused. There's a lot of areas where I'm extremely lazy in life. Just a ton.
And this is obviously one of them. Yeah. This is one of them. Do you have the proper snow broom, as they call them, like the long extended car snow broom with the big foam sort of end to it?
So I just got one. So my son showed me where it was, and then when I got home, I ended up cleaning it off. So I kind of felt guilty.
Yeah, I mean, this week it's kind of dangerous. I saw a lot of people yesterday on the news that had their windshield smashed because it's all frozen, right? It was snow and then
you can't scrape it off.
Yeah.
Can't scrape it off.
Well, you can if you go out and clean your car after it snows.
Not when it starts raining. That thing freezes over. I had like 4 inches and it was totally frozen over.
That's because you just didn't go outside and didn't do it.
Yeah, because it was still snowing and raining.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go outside in the snow and rain?
No, I don't.
Oh.
No,
you don't even.
I wait till the storms.
You don't even clear your own snow. You have a plow guy who does it all for you.
Yeah, he plows, but I do have
We're showing footage on our simulcast now of people's windshields that were smashed when they were driving down the road yesterday. A very dangerous situation.
Because of how cold it was?
No, because of snow
flying ice
flying off of other people's roofs onto their car while they were going down the highway.
It's more flying off trucks, I think, Joe, like box trucks.
It's like idiots like me.
Yes, exactly.
I wouldn't call you that.
At least you've identified the problem and understand that you need to, in the future, take care of this.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a Great Curb episode.
Huh. It's kind of a Curb thing.
Yeah, it gets me thinking.
The East Coast Curb thing.
It gets me thinking. So the head coach of the Celtics doesn't have a garage to park his car in.
Well, we do have a garage. I just choose not to park in it.
Yeah, that's like me. It's full of kids'
crap.
Bikes and toys and everything else. Huh. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
Why would you use it? Why would you park in the garage? I don't understand.
For that
reason.
Too
much work. Too much work.
Not have snow.
All right. Well, Joe,
thanks, buddy.
Safe travels.
All right. See you guys.
We'll talk to you later. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.